I'm gonna give you guys a second, some time to come up in here, do y'all thing. I'm currently doing two things at one time, but I felt like I needed to talk, and I want to give you an opportunity to ask your questions. I did read the comments, but you can get them right here. All right, so first of all, good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure what you got going on in the morning. Like I said, I never go live at work. I usually don't have the time. Like I said, I'm editing right now, so just wanted to uh, kill two birds with one stone. I did read the comments, and I always appreciate the comments, but I thought maybe you might want your questions answered in real time. So before I get to that, I want to speak about a little bit why I do YouTube. Nothing crazy or anything like that. I've been called, I think somebody said, like, Des puts up everything for everybody to see because, I forgot what she said. Damn, I had it. But pretty much because, I crave the attention. I'm not gonna deny that. This is my page, this is my platform, and I appreciate you all for watching. I dislike that it's mostly negative that I get the most reactions and comments on, but I mean, that's what it is. I appreciate the views. Like I said, I don't have a lot of friends, so you guys are where I get my attention from. You guys are where I get my my feedback from. So it is what it is. So if you think that I do YouTube because I like to get my face out there and I like to talk, well, you're exactly correct. So I'm not gonna deny that. I don't know why would anybody do YouTube if they don't want to be seen and heard? You know what I'm saying? Like some people, you guys are, watchers. You don't want to do YouTube. It's not your thing to put out all your business like that. Me, I'm an open book. Okay, I'm an open book. I I wanted to have something that I can do that's easy for me to do without having to work hard. Now, me talking about my life and my experiences is easy because it's already done. It's my experiences. When I do my story times or I tell stories and stuff like that, it's things that have molded my life. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about my childhood or past relationships or my mental health or me being in the military, I mean, these are all life experiences that have molded me to who I am today. Some good, some bad, but all is me. So yeah, I post up stuff same way if you have an Instagram or Facebook and you post up your pictures of your food or what you're doing today. I mean, you do it for likes. You do it so you can get attention. So there it is. I didn't think it was a surprise, but and when people try to hate, man, it's really funny. Like I said, I'm an open book. So what you're saying to me or about me is what I already know about myself. Now, what I have an issue is the things that are not true. Okay. Um, I remember dating somebody and, she told me that you would be better off just being honest with females. You would be very surprised how far you would get if you're just honest with them. And I mean, after that day, what I'm saying, I tried it and it went really smoothly. It went a lot better, and I just appreciate being honest and telling the truth. That way, I don't have to remember shit. Because that way, if you ask me again, you're gonna get the same response. And so that's where I am today. I'm starting to better myself. Like I said, I'm not perfect. Me being perfect is never the goal. I don't come on here begging for views. I just say if you're gonna watch me consistently. But of course, you don't have to. I'm starting to read more of my Proverbs and my Bible. I hate that it takes for something heavy for me to go back to reading, but reading really like stimulates your mind. Now, also, obviously, I like sexual stimulation. But after you climax, after you come, then what? Then you're back to regular. But I notice when I stimulate my mind and I'm mentally stimulated, it lasts a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like. I like to take something and stimulate my brain and use it in real life, and I can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get away from negative things as much as possible. I don't mean that I'm going to shut everything down in one day and stop drinking and stop, watching porn and, stop swearing, like, oh, I know my negatives. And it's funny when people try to come at me and say, you're this and you're that. I know me. It's a lot of things that I'm not sure of, but I'm very sure of me. You know what I'm saying? I know me. I know who I am. I know what makes me happy. I know what I dislike. And so that's where I am. I definitely encourage you all to be as forthcoming. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy for you guys to point the finger at me and say he's the bad guy and this, that, and the third. And I don't want to be labeled as the bad guy, but I could be. But that's not really who I am. I'm a very silly person. As you guys know, I'm immature. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. And for the most part, that's the way I would prefer it. But at the same time, what I've been told by a therapist, that I have a fire in me. So I don't go from 0 to 100. I go from about 6 to 10. And it's always in there. I'm always a little agitated. I'm always a little aggravated and ready to rah, you know what I'm saying? And if you guys have seen me, certain things have come out and you say certain things to me and I lose character. I go from being calm to fuck you, bitch. And just like that. And I'm working on myself, you know what I'm saying? But the first step is to knowing you, and I know who I am. And there are things that, of course, that I want to improve. And no, my sleep is still fucked up. That's one thing that I've been telling you guys. I don't sleep well, and from therapy and of course just real life, I'm not sleeping well because of my past PTSD. And when I'm stressed and going through life, you know what I'm saying, instead of sleeping, that's what I'm thinking about. My mind is racing with thoughts, and same thing with the divorce and seeing my kids and am I going to be a good father? What's going to happen to me when I get out the army? All these things play a factor in my life and my mental and things like that. At the end of the day, man, I want to be better. I want to be better. Better father, better husband, better person, better man. And like I said, you all just get to see everything. I could easily just put up the good times and let the good times roll and wouldn't show you none of the negativity, none of the hurtful times, none of the stressful times, but that's not who I am. To me, that's fucking false. That's foul just to show the good stuff. It's also foul just to show the bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm an overall person. I am an overall person. That's why I said when you look at me, and I wrote this shit before, either you love me for all of me or you just leave me alone. It's plenty of people that you can watch on YouTube. You don't have to come watch me. You don't have to hear what I got to say. But my thoughts are my thoughts from my experiences and my background, the way I was raised, the way I grew up, and the experiences that I've had in my life. This is who I am. And I'm not saying, so when I say I'm not changing for anybody, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to better myself and improve. It means that if you're going to deal with me, you know how I am, you're going to deal with this. That means you're going to deal with my highs, you're going to deal with my lows. You don't have to do anything. Nobody has to deal with me. Nobody has to love with me. Nobody got to be in a bed with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice. And I feel like it's also a choice for me if I'm going to deal with somebody or I'm going to not deal with somebody. That's just what it is. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm blabbing. I saw some of the comments, but this is your chance right now to ask comments about yesterday's video. Thank you all for being here. Honesty is the best way. Hey, Lisa Thomas. So, I mean, it is what it is. Once again, I do YouTube to get my face out there, to have a voice, to share my thoughts and experiences. And also, I mean, it's a business. I mean, I get a certain amount of money from YouTube every month, and I appreciate it. And it comes from you guys watching and commenting and sharing. And, I always appreciate that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Anybody who says it's not is, I mean, they're lying, but it is at the end. All right, we got a question. I don't want to mess up your name. Is that Brianna? Brianna and Todd Bell. Do you think you guys get along better face to face, like face to face? You mean me and Kiara? Um, it is very weird because we act a certain way through phones and us going back and forth on YouTube, but it seems like when we are face to face that we're civil. And I'm not sure it's because the children are right there watching us. Um, when I had the hotel that time and I had the kids over there for Jericho's birthday, she came in and there was no issue. I don't know what it is, honestly. I know we dislike each other sometimes, and I think one of the main reasons is YouTube because we're going back and forth, and I know a lot of you people like that type of shit. And when I say something, you go back and say, "Hey, did you hear what Des said? Des said this about you," and I would be lying if that does not play a factor in it. What I want from her is to understand that this is entertainment. People are here to see us do bad and be at each other's necks. But I mean, for her and I feel like if I'm not saying anything crazy about your family or calling you out your name, well then it's just us talking. It's just us. Same way she gets on YouTube and speaks about me and their relationship and how she feels, I should have the same platform and be able to do the same thing without her being upset. And it's spilling onto, I don't want to say real life, but spilling between our relationship. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I do feel like that has an effect. Another thing is from the comments and the text messages and just the way she talks to me in general, I can definitely tell that there's some type of a resentment there, and I'm not really sure why. Well, I have an idea why, but it is what it is. I'm trying to better myself. I believe that in the future, if we're closer or either we're not closer, that we will have a better relationship once she matures a little bit more, I mature a little bit more. But I mean, as far as right now, she's very untrusting. I don't trust her at all, and that's sad to say because she's a mother of my kids. But when it comes to me and her, I mean, I wouldn't do anything. I don't trust her. We texted the other night, the other day, excuse me. She finally wants to get a divorce now, finally after all this time, and she's like, oh, the divorce cost $800. See, she was like, send me $400. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, and I said experiences, and everybody always wants to jump on me, but this is why I'm so transparent. I sent her money before for our kids to go to, I think to the Ice Capades, the Daffy Duck or some stuff like that. But COVID happened, and instead of her sending the money back, she kept it. You know what I'm saying? That I was like, so I thought that was foul. You know what I mean? I was like, she was like, you owed me anyway. I'm like, what? So I would never send her money directly. I'll either buy something for the kids myself, or I send it to them through Amazon, or if we were going to get a lawyer and get a divorce, I would pay the lawyer directly, but I wouldn't pay her anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from previous things because the way you've done before. And I'm not a forgetful person. You know what I'm saying? I may forgive, but I don't forget anything. Anything that was said to me or things like that. You'll never find a woman like me and shit like that. I don't forget anything. I don't forget anything. Somebody else told me that I see why Kiara left you. I said, ooh, let's talk about it. But we're not gonna get there. And just stuff like that. It hits. It really does. And I'm like, okay. You know, I can be a very ugly person. I don't mean physically. This is my face. This is what what God gave me. But I mean, like, I can be nasty. As you guys see, I can be very petty. I try not to be that way. You know what I mean? Because when you put out ugliness and hateful into the world, it comes back to you. And I hate reading those negative ass comments, especially when they're bullshit. And and untrue. But it just seems like when I put positivity out or I'm doing well and stuff like that, I don't get the same results. And that shouldn't alter what I do and what I put out. But like I mean, it is what it is. Let me read some comments. I'm sorry. I saw some big ones and I kept going. My bad, my bad, my bad. Where am I? Annabelle Wynn. This isn't a question, but I do like it. It says Cassell's surname definition, and I did my own definition too. I love my name. I love everything about me. Cassell's surname definition at the castle from residence thereby or therein as in a okay, I can't say that word. Servitor or keeper. I like it. But anyway, I'm sorry. I like my name. Um, Dr. Teal's melatonin spray. I'm not getting no spray. I saw a big comment. Mr. Queries, you deleted yours. I don't know what you said. I hate when people do that. I feel like people love when you two are at, yeah, I hate that shit too. Don't block me when I say this, but I can't, that word, all you, reconciling with your wife when all of the anger and smoke is clear. People break up and divorce, move on, get remarried, and have kids, and oh, what? And come back together because what God. So let me stop you right there. And yes, sometimes people do get divorced and get remarried, but I just told you guys, I'm a very unforgetful person. Like certain things that are said to me and done to me, I don't forget. When something happens to me and you're unloyal, meaning you've talked behind my back or cheated or, something where I can't trust you, well, then we can't have a friendship. We can't have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Her and I are going to have a certain relationship because of our children. But other than that, I mean, I don't feel like we can have anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the future is the future, but I don't like going backwards. I make mistakes, yes, but I make them and I move forward and make new mistakes. But I don't want to keep making the same one. And this is not fucking shade, you all. This is not shade. I made a mistake on who I chose to marry and have kids with. That's no knock to her. She is who she is. I, the man, made a bad decision. Period. Nothing against her saying that she wasn't this. I made a bad choice. Period. I made a lot of bad choices. This is where we are today. This is where I am in my life. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help me to put the blame on somebody else and keep pointing the finger when all of this shit is based upon me and my decisions and my thought process. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've always said this to you all, but it just seems like a certain portion of you only want to hear what you want to hear. And like I said, you always want to run back. Oh, Dad said you weren't the right one. Dad said this. And it's just a little stupid ass game. It really is. But I mean, at some time, the game must end, right? And I don't hate anybody. I don't hate Kiara. I don't hate anybody. Um, Even if I said I do, I hate the situation. I may hate the environment. I may have hate how you made me feel, but I don't hate the person, per se. I feel like when I love somebody and I give my love, that a piece of that love is always going to be there. I still love Deshaun. I still love Corey Mama. I still love some of my ex. Well, no, but definitely her. We come a long way, and that was somebody that I really did not like. We couldn't have we did not speak like almost for a whole year. All our communication was through text messages, but I don't know. We were at odds, um, and all that calling the fucking CPS every other fucking month and shit like that. That I don't forget anything, but right now where we are, does that stuff matter? Do I forget it? No. But do I forgive? I mean, it is what it is. And I just think we need to get there, get to a place that we're all good. And like I told you, as when I remember, when I feel like, I see you, Pleasure. I feel like when I think that we're at a good point for us to have a good relationship and we can talk and laugh and be cool, she always reminds me that this person is not to be. I'm like, why? I don't know. I don't know. Should I've joked before? Should I feel like we need post marriage or post divorce counseling sometime? I'm like, oh my, like why? Like why? But like I said, I don't have any ill will towards her. I really don't. She got a new house and stuff like that. She's doing great. She's paying her bills and she got a car. And I mean, that's what you're supposed to have. So I'm like, I'm not hating on her. There's no reason for me in my life right now with what I have going on to hate on her. There is no hate. You know what I'm saying? Like now there's some aggression from certain things. And one of those things are my children. I know the comment was like, Des, how do you feel about the kids, what I'm saying, talking about their mama? The same fucking way I feel when she's speaking about you guys right here and my daughter's right there or my son's right there. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit. You want to talk bad about me, fine, but don't do it in front of my kids. They hear everything. Um, there was an example. Um, um, they were here with me for the summertime, and there was a picture or video or something like that, and one of the kids says, um, like she's fat like my mom or something like that, and I nipped that shit in the butt quick. I said, don't speak about your mama like that. That's not funny. You don't do that. It didn't have. It wasn't recorded. I never mentioned it, but these are still my kids. They're still going to respect their mother. You know what I'm saying? Whether me and her are beefing or not, it's just respect. It's just certain things you don't say. You know what I'm saying? And even when we don't like each other, still, you just don't do that. I'm big on discipline. I can't talk about what she does in her home, but when they come stay with me, it's a little, hey, this is not your mom's house. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I was say there's no knock. You know what I mean? Nobody's the same, but we have to get to a level like, okay, that's still your father, that's still your dad. And I'm like, so when you disrespect me or you talk about me in front of the kids, that's kind of like belittling me. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we just have to get there. I don't speak about her negatively in front of my children. I don't want them to ever almost know that we're even beefing. When we are together in the same room or whatever, they should never know that we don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But like I said, that's growing. That's being, and that's also about having a certain mentality, and it's also about growth. And kids are very impressionable. I wouldn't watch that video when you guys kept saying my called me immature. At first, I brushed it off, but I had to go watch it. And the way you guys made it seem, and I said, I looked for myself. Kiara was not talking about me. You know what I'm saying? When you go watched it, and I watched it, that's not what it was at all. It was about something different about when they were here, and me and Corey were joking about sausages, and so that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take people's word for it. Mic's still on. People are just, how they are. But that doesn't mean that we have to be how we are. Like I said, I don't know. My bad. I'm babbling now. Let me answer these questions. It's hot as hell in here. She's immature. France, so am I. I'm immature as well. T. Simpson, modify the visitation schedule when you get to Virginia to lower your child support. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen anyway. Obviously, the visitation is how it is because I'm in a whole different state. But once I get there and I get settled, yeah, I want every weekend, every other weekend, or however else is it is what it is. I want as much time as I can get. There's a bridge, there's a gap that has been broken that I have to get back to, and that's just real talk. Thank goodness my relationship with my oldest son, Corey, is pretty good. But with my other two kids, it's not as good as I would like it. And that isn't necessarily a Kiara's fault. That's really my fault. Let's be honest. I don't call as often as I should. So when I get home, 6, 7 o'clock, I have Kobe, and I'm cooking or I'm editing. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I think to call them, it's already 9 o'clock, and they're already in the bed. You know what I mean? And that's so that's why sometimes I have to call while I'm at work. But a lot of times as well, and this is the truth, a lot of times when I do call, I don't get an answer. I don't get a call back. And I'm not saying this is their mom's fault, but that's the truth. And I even call her phone, and they don't answer, and I don't get a call back. And I mean, it is what it is. Life happens, but I definitely want that connection back. As far as the 850, I've been seeing that. To be honest, you all for 2 children, and I think a lot of you all are mothers, right? I I believe so. That you guys are mothers or parents. Shit, kids are expensive. Kids are expensive. So I don't know if you saw the rent there, but Virginia is definitely more expensive than Texas is. So 850. I don't know. Should I'm paying half of her rent? I mean, it is what it is. When you have kids and you guys separate, the man has to provide for the kids. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. That's just what it is. My only issue is when it's time for visitation and I'm not able to see my kids. That's what I'd be pissed about. But other than that, I mean that's what it is. No reason to be like resentful for me making sure that my kids have what they have. Now, for the most part, I believe that Kiara does a good job with that. Um, I think the only issue I had, and I tried to speak to her about it, was Jericho's haircut. I didn't like that he didn't have a haircut. And I felt like, shit, I'm paying you $800 a month, 850, that my damn son should have a haircut. But of course, that turned into an argument. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I speak to her, even if, I come correct and come calm and don't have an attitude, it's just like, oh, you're trying to speak to me about my kids. I'm like, well, they're not your kids. They're our kids. They're both ours. And I just have an issue with our son's haircut. I feel like he should have a haircut if you're going to have them all on YouTube and stuff like that. What's wrong with that? I didn't say it nasty or anything like that. And like I said, ironically, about I think that second week or whatever, she got him a haircut. So I was like, and then she sent me pictures. I was like, hell yeah, that shit fire. It looked good. I didn't say about time, but that's what I was thinking. But I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know she had something to say when I dropped the kids off and Khalid's hair wasn't done. You don't need to speak about my girlfriend. That's not her job. That's daddy's job to make sure her hair is messed up. So, but then once again, nothing came to me directly. I saw it through YouTube, and I just want to be able to be. I want to be able to have an open communication about our children to where everything isn't so ugly. It's the word I'm looking for, but yeah, I mean it is what it is. I can't get it right now, but yeah, I just don't want that. If I'm speaking to you and I'm genuinely concerned about my kids, I mean you shouldn't get upset about that. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't. So I know I'm working on how I speak and how I present certain things. Because if I present it a certain way, then the message isn't being received, and I have to tone it down. And I don't want to say speak in her language, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know if you're speaking to me and you got an attitude, then you're gonna receive an attitude. So I have to adjust the way I speak, and that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's called communication, effective communication. So it is what it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I didn't think anything was wrong with that, and like I said, now he's getting a haircut, so I think it's good. 3 sets of twins. Oh my lord, good gracious! All right, y'all. So what are your questions? Yeah, so ask questions. I know the last comment that I read this morning was she said she didn't receive the divorce papers. Now I'm not sure if she's lying or not, but I asked her for her email. I have the text messages, and the email that she gave me, that was the email that I sent the divorce papers to. I keep everything, you all, and I mean it's sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And everything that I do comes through my lawyer. It isn't like I'm making shit up or anything like that. Now it is free for me because I'm in the military, and it's called a pro se divorce. Anybody know what pro se means? Pro se. Pro se divorce meaning. All right. Pro se refers to persons who present their own cases in court without a lawyer. From the Latin for whose on behalf, also referred to as self-represented litigants. If you are a person filing out a civil case information such as divorce, you do not need a lawyer. That's what it is. All right, I'll do pro se divorce. Oh, shit's right there. Pro se divorce meaning, which is still the same thing. That's the same thing. Pro se divorce. Pro se divorce is a divorce in which one or both spouses choose to represent themselves in court. That's the only thing. But all of the documents have to go through a lawyer. She advises you on what to do, make sure you're filling the stuff out right, correctly, and all of that stuff right there. So that's it doing. A lawyer is like you said, it costs money. Now, earlier in the game when we first got divorced, I was asking like, hey, let's go half on the divorce. But like I told you, all through this situation, there has never been any help from Kiara. No type of urgency or anything like that. And so I've been doing all this shit on my own. All this, what the fuck? All this on my own. Um, so it just it's been all me. And so now she wants me to hop through hoops and pay money, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. This whole time, this thing could have been resolved, but you didn't want to, play ball, or you didn't want to cooperate, and I'm not with that shit. Now, before I did that video yesterday, well, I did the video yesterday during lunchtime, and Kiara called me at about 3 o'clock. I thought it was funny because I didn't post the video up yet. I recorded it, but as you see, I didn't edit it or anything. But I thought it was, I don't want to say odd, but it was definitely strange that she called me 2 hours later and wanted to speak about divorce. I was like, that's odd. I just did a video about why you wouldn't sign the divorce papers. And it's still like the whole demeanor is you need to do this now, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're not gonna rush me. You're not gonna rush me and talk to me and try to have me move on your terms. When this whole time I filed for divorce in 2019, I went on deployment and everything, came back, and I was just like, what is taking so long? We supposed to got divorced last year. It was supposed to be a Christmas present. You know what I mean? And things just didn't work out. And like I said, it's not all on her. But like I said, I sent divorce papers to her 3 times, and 3 times it was always an issue. And I just don't understand if it's I'm such a bad person, and because I know if I'm such a horrible person, or if I'm dealing with somebody horrible, I want to get away as quick as possible. Okay, I don't file for divorce. You know what I mean? I had enough. I still hate to this day seeing her first name with my last name. I don't care if it is an email. I just don't like it. It represents me, and she doesn't represent me very well at all. You know what I mean? So is that shade? That's how I feel. My last name's Cassell. All my children have Cassell. They represent me. I represent them. Oh, that's your dad? Are those your kids? I say that works. Oh, that's your wife? No, I don't like that. I don't like that shit at all. I'd rather be single, B, I'm telling you. So, um, I don't know what that means. Hey, if you know, if she wants the military benefits, then she should join the military. So, like, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, YouTube is a side job for me. It brings in extra income. As you guys have noticed, I've been demoted. So, that extra YouTube money definitely comes in. I say thank you all the time. Hey, when that shit coming, I'd be like, yes, appreciate you. But you know what I'm saying? It's on top of what I already do. Do you like when she puts up old videos of you on her page? Martina, thank you. That's a good fucking question. There's still a video up right now that says how we got together or how we met. And I hate it. You know what I'm saying? I hate seeing it. And if you type in Cassell, that video pops up. And that's one of the things I'm talking about too, is I hate seeing it. It brings back memories, man, to where I was happy with her and how we first met. I was so, I don't want to say blinded. I'll say happy. I was very happy when I met her and we got together. I thought I had the package, boy. You know what I'm saying? I felt very good about her, and I was happy. I was happy as shit, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. Time went past, and she got pregnant, and I knew immediately that I was gonna marry her and try to have a better life for her. That's what it was. There was never no ill will. It was a couple of red flags. It was like some cleaning shit or something like that where we had like an argument. But other than that, I mean, I was up here. I was very happy until I wasn't. So, but yeah, yeah. I don't like it. I don't like any old videos. You don't see any old videos on my channel of us or anything like that. And I just feel like it's your life with Kiara. All that shit with me in it or my son shouldn't be in there. And I flagged her, and I put YouTube, and I was like, hey, please take this video down and videos like this. I don't want to see my face on your page, period. It still has finally leaving my husband still there, and I mean, like, everybody that watches knows the story, but stuff like that's still on there. And that's why I said to you, if we're gonna talk about it, man, if we're gonna be real and honest, am I mic still on? If you're gonna be real and honest, if you all believe that Kiara, my ex-wife, the one that left, sorry, let me stop saying that shit. but she did leave. I don't know. Yeah, that's what happened. Um, Somebody said I had abandonment issues. Could be. Could be. Anyway, I'm sorry. I get sidetracked. I thought it was the weed, but it's just me. If you all believe that Kiara, because we was married, should get some of my retirement, then you should feel the same way about me getting some of her fucking YouTube. Let's talk about it. She didn't have a job, remember? She wasn't working. Who you think bought the fucking camera and the computers and shit? Come on, man. Just keep it real. Yeah, I did that. Come on, you know what I mean? So if we're gonna do it, let's do it. You can't be half-assed. And a lot of you're like, she's a woman, you're a woman, I'm gonna support her regardless. And first of all, that's bullshit. So I know there's no fairness already. I know most of you are already biased because I'm a man and you just don't like me anyway. But if we're gonna talk about it, if you feel like because she married me and I'm in the military, that she should get half of my benefits, then I should get half of her fucking YouTube. And if you say no, then something's wrong. There's a problem there. Yep. So it is what it is. But the thing is, man, I don't want any of her shit. I don't care about her YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? There's been several times that I should have ended that channel. but I didn't. Honestly, we both should have fucking started over when we got divorced. We both should have started off fresh with new YouTube channels because that 100,000 that she got right now, it was because we had a family all the way from Alaska. The the news people coming to our house, they weren't coming to see her. They was coming to see us. Not me, but us, our family. And right now to this day, if you type in Desmond Cassell, let's type it in. Let me show you. Hey, can I turn the camera? Yeah, I can. Boom, right here, right? Got my YouTube. Got, if you go to news right here, I'm with my finger. All right. So, and also I'm trying to get me out there. You know, these are pictures of me and stuff like that. And look at this right here. Family documents Alaska life and video blogs. Let's click on this. All right, Daily News Miner, blah, 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 2017. Look at my family. Got DeCorey, got me, got my little Bam Bam. You know what I'm saying? Look, the house was looking great. It's all good. But look, the Cassell family, Desmond, Jericho, Kiara, and dog Casey, all right? I ain't gonna read you the whole thing, y'all, but I'm just saying, it was never just one person. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was a family channel, and yeah, I got it. She edited the videos. I'm aware of that. Trust me, I edit. That shit takes a lot of time. So I'm not taking it from that, but I'm saying if you feel like she should have some of my retirement, well then come on, man. I started that fucking YouTube channel. All right, our family did that. Like I said, we separated, and I took my channel, which is me, which is pretty much me. Even on this channel right now, you see me 90% of the time. You see Zykia about 5% of the time, and you know, I don't get to see the kids that much, and then the kids are the other part of the channel. But I mean, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody edits, nobody records but me. So that's how I feel about that. Like I said, once again, y'all, no hate. I'm not hating. Are you mad because she got 100,000? Nah, it's not. If you're saying that, then you're not hearing me at all. And I know a lot of you like that. A lot of you are just negative, period. But I'm keeping it real, man. So that's where we are. I see a lot of comments. I'm sorry. Let me get on these. What his phone died. Women today want equal rights. So she wants yours, then you should get absolutely, Ali. She said in an Instagram live that she left because CPS was coming for her kids. Hey, Martina, so let me speak about that. I'm sorry about the rest of the comments, but I definitely wanted to hit on that. So listen to me. That is the truth. There isn't a lot of, no, so that's shade. If I say it like that, I was going to say there isn't a lot of truth coming from her, but I'm not going to say that. That is true. CPS, and I just spoke about it because Corey mama was fucking calling CPS every goddamn month, and that shit, oh, that was annoying. That sucked. That was very annoying. CPS came to our house. I think was it C? I forgot what happened. I want to say I think Corey said something about suicide at school, so of course CPS had to get involved. And then I think that same month, CPS came back to the house for, I don't know what it was. They was always fucking calling. I hated that shit, man. Oh, it sucks so bad. But yeah, that's exactly what that lady said. I sat right there with her, and she said, if we have to come out to the house again, we're gonna take all the kids away. I said, what? And I seen Kiara's face. You know, like, what the fuck did you just say? Take the kids for what? There's not, you know, yes, CPS is coming out here, but you're not finding anything because there's no fucking abuse. There's no, you know, nothing. So I'm like, take the kids for what? I didn't understand the shit. But ironically, CPS came back to the house when my uncle was there. My uncle and I sat back down. The CPS lady said, where's your wife? And I had a fucking attitude. I like, she's gone. Remember you said you're going to take the kids away. She said, well, you misunderstood me. I said both of us did. We both misunderstood what the fuck you said. You said if you come back for another call for CPS, that all the kids, not Corey, the one that was being called on, all of the kids. I still thought that shit was ridiculous. For a mom, for a woman, I mean, she had to do what she had to do to protect her kids. Because if CPS would have came in there talking about they taking somebody, I would have been in jail for fighting. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. There is no fucking abuse in our house, in our household. There never was. Even when it was an incident that she had popped Corey ass with the fucking flip flop. That's not abuse. It's a flip flop. It's a flip flop. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Like, a lot of this shit was blown out of proportion. We didn't speak very well. Our communication wasn't great. And I think that was the cherry on the top. I'm not sure that video's still out there, but she came to work. She came on base that day, Kiara, and she showed me some stuff that she bought for the kids. And, you know, oh, we weren't in a bad spot per se, but that put the fucking icing on the cake. And some can say that Deshaun ruined our fucking marriage. Some can say that, but it wasn't a total thing. You know what I mean? She didn't do it all by herself. Like I said, I was sleeping in the fucking other room. You know what I mean? So it wasn't all that, but it had a big portion that dealt with it. So that shit sucked. That was so fucking annoying. I hated her for that. Always calling fucking CPS. So it is what it is. What else you got? I gotta go, y'all. What time is it? I got every Thursday I have my mental health appointments, and I can't wait to speak on it. I can get that, but also have faith in your husband as the man of the house to handle certain situations. So listen, like I said, I don't have any problem speaking about me. Obviously, she felt like I wasn't handling it. All right, and she didn't feel very confident because, like, this. Listen, if this fucking lady tell you from CPS that if you get another call and the calls are goddamn bogus, which was is blowing, and you're not finding any faults, why would you come back and take the kids if you're not finding anything? You're not stopping this person from calling, so you know that doesn't make any sense. I didn't understand that shit. Go and investigate. They always come to the house. They look in the refrigerator, check the home. Oh, you got a nice home. Well, you know, thank you. Thank you. They check the bedrooms, you know what I'm saying? Talk to the kids. Oh, there's nothing here. And they leave. So I'm like, you all keep entertaining this fucking bullshit with these CPS calls. And that shit really sucked. So I know one of the things that really had pissed me off, that really got me upset, that now, as I'm thinking about it, may have been the best decision. Kiara said, why don't you give Corey to his mom? And I flipped out. I was like, what? She was like, well, she's making all this noise. She's calling CPS because she wants Corey. It would make our life easier if you gave him up. And I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? That shit really pissed me off. Cause I don't know. I feel dearly about my children. But that was a, I don't want to say it. What's the word? That was an alternative. It ended up anyway being what it was. When I deployed, Corey went with his mother. And when I got back from deployment, Corey came back, and it was me and him, and we were doing well. And he even told me as an 11, 12-year-old that, Dad, I stayed with you because you didn't have anybody. My son had to go through a fucking divorce with me. My son had to go through depression with me. Um, really, really, really tough time. That's my little guy, man. Um, but eventually, you know what I'm saying, Deshaun and I talked about it and was like, yo, he's spending a lot of time with me and I appreciate it. But mama need to get some too. He's at an age and he's spending so much time with his dad, but he has two parents. And I felt like she was maturing and she was seeing all the things that she was missing as a mom, as a parent. And I didn't even fight. We didn't fight at all. He was like, hey, I think after this summertime, Corey should stay with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. And it's been great. She never keeps Corey from me. Anytime, I think one time she got upset with me because she found out that I was in Virginia and didn't come see Corey. You know what I'm saying? So she's always been like that ever since we've come to a certain, you know what I'm saying, state in our lives and our relationship. Like right now, we have a good we talk well. We have a good relationship with good communication, and I'm very, very grateful for that because we have went through a fucking lot. So with going through that with her, it makes me feel like that me and Kiara one day will be in a good spot where we can all be cool for our children because that's what matters. At the end of the day, shit, I'm about to have a kid that's going to high school, and in 4 years she's gonna graduate, and then my other kid, shit, Jericho will be going to middle school, and then you know what I'm saying. It just that's just how it moves, and you know we gotta be sound. We gotta be in a good mental space for them, and you know, please go back to your ex. See, you haven't heard shit I said, and I hate people like you. I hate people like you. Oh, that's stupid. But anyway, moving forward, man, it's all about happiness. It's about happiness. Would you tell somebody to go back to somebody that was abusing them? Would you tell a woman that? Go back to your ex-husband that was abusing you, belittling you, making you feel like you weren't good enough? Answer that fucking question. Answer the question. I don't think you would. I don't think you would. No, Desmond was not the perfect husband. No. Desmond had things that he needed to work on. I'm still working on my stuff. But I'm still a person. I know how it feels when I'm happy, when somebody's appreciative of what I do. I've been told I don't do nothing. I don't do anything. And you know what? That's a whole different video. But the things that I was doing, I was providing a home. I was providing the fucking vehicles, food in the house, you know what I'm saying, paying it. I'm like, but it just felt like it was like, well, that's what you're supposed to do because you're a man. And I just wasn't getting that love back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how it is in y'all household, man. I don't know how it is, but it goes both ways. It should never be a time where anybody, the man or the fucking woman, is just giving and doing and doing and doing and not receiving. So I watch videos, y'all, old videos, and I think a couple of them made me cry. And you can see, I, I get really emotional talking about my family. It really fucking hurt me. Um, the divorce hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like I was doing what I was supposed to do as a husband and providing, and I just felt like, oh man, I was hurt. I'm still hurt. Anyway, oh shit, I lost it. Sorry. There's some videos that I watched, and it shit hurt me. I was tearful. I was kind of mean. I was fucking mean. Um, yeah, I wasn't very nice. And even now, even to this day, there's I watch myself. I edit. I'm like, God damn, yo, I'm obnoxious. I'm obnoxious. I like, how can anybody deal with me? How can anybody deal with me? You know what I mean? Shit, sometimes I'll be like, damn, I can't deal with my damn self. And this is why alone time is so important. You know what I mean? It's time sometimes where I'm just fucking quiet and I won't even talk. I'm playing the game or I'm reading or the house is quiet and that's me time. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my thoughts together because I know sometimes, man, I can be a lot. And if you're not used to that, if you're not aware of how I am and how I think within it, I mean, that would come off as a fucking narcissist or as an asshole or as just a mean guy. But it is what it is. I told you all, I just started dating when I met Kiara. Before that, I had hoes. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I had female friends. You know what I'm saying? I didn't date. I didn't want to be tied down. I told you all when I met Kiara, I let go of the female friends, not hoes, because they're not hoes. Actually, a lot of the females that I used to mess with, they're married. You know what I'm saying? They're involved. They're happy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't them. It was me. And it's always me. I wasn't ready to settle down with. I wasn't ready to settle down yet. I wasn't ready to settle down until I met Kiara. And how I said, when it all comes back to me and my thought process and my losses and my learning ability and all that stuff. So I'm not dead yet. It isn't the end of the world. It isn't the end of the life. I can still come back and be mentally, physically, financially, emotionally stronger than I was before. But in order to do that, then changes have to be made. And the changes start with me. So I know I said a lot. I'm sorry. I really didn't plan on being on this long. I said I wanted you guys to really ask the questions. But let me answer some more if I get off. Getting thoughts together behind we know you be playing with your oils. Oh yes, yes, I have to masturbate. Um, who was the Angelica? See, you want the drama. Who was the girl you brought in the house that one night? That's a good question. You remind me of Finding Nemo. What we going to call this movie Finding Desmond, the starfish. I'm obnoxious. Okay. Like I said, these comments, I can always tell who's here that um, genuinely is here and who's just here for the bullshit. Anyway, so the female that you guys saw in the video, me bringing her house, that was my old roommate, and her and I were involved. Still, I was still going through it with Kiara. No matter what happened, and you asked me if I had sex with her, I did. If you remember, Kiara told me she also had sex with somebody when I went to go up there to New York. I still felt like whatever our issues was, we could have fixed it if we both were on the same page. She was still upset that this woman was in my house. Mind you, when Kiara left, I have all the bills to pay, plus child support, plus the truck that I'm not driving. You know what I'm saying? All of that. If my wife was coming back to Texas with my kids, then I would have put her out. I would have let her know that, hey, my family's coming back. You got to find somewhere else to stay. It didn't get to that point. Once she found out that she was still in the house, you know what I'm saying? It would always be a calm and then to go here. I'm like, I thought we were just gonna say that we were, on speaking terms and we were gonna talk about getting back together. Oh, she's still there? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you, you liar, you piece of shit. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. And yes, I am a certain way, guys or ladies. I speak frankly. I sometimes call females hoes and bitches just like y'all do. But that don't mean I don't have feelings. That don't mean that I don't want to be treated with love, and that doesn't mean that um, I'm going to be in a situation where I'm not comfortable and I'm not appreciated and things of that nature too. So it is what it is. I'm working on this video. and I sat here, I didn't edit shit. But I'm working on this video. I was asking you guys what you guys like about the weekly videos, what you dislike about the weekly videos, because I feel like I get a lot of love from these weekly videos more than I get from putting out just regular videos. So these I mean these videos are an hour, and I mean you guys are sitting here watching an hour video, and I appreciate it. But I'm just asking, what can I do to make it better? What don't you like? I said instead of doing individual cooking, I actually put the cooking that I'm cooking that week in the video. So cooking is the best. So you know, I try to put a little bit of everything in there. Pretty much what I do from the week. I usually start on a Friday, go to the next Friday or Saturday. You know what I'm saying, whatever. But it is what it is. When I do lives like this or I'm doing story times and shit like that, man, it's not to belittle anybody. It's 100% more about myself than anything. It's always about myself. You guys are here. I'm telling my story. It comes from me and my heart and my mental and my experiences. It all comes from me. The bad choices, the good choices, the everything. So this is what you're gonna get. And I said, I discriminate, not discriminate. What's that word called? When you're telling yourself, I tell my damn self, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't need anybody to try to like make me feel small. So I'm 6'4". You know what I'm saying? You gotta do a lot better than talk about me and my demotion and you know how I look and all this other type of shit. Please. When I see stuff like that, clearly something's wrong with you. Clearly, but it is what it is. I'm going to see Kiara next week and the kids. I'm going to go see Corey's football game, and I'm really excited about that. He is fucking huge. He's way bigger than I was when I was that age. Holy shit, he's big, and I'm really marveling at just seeing everybody grow up. And you know, as happy as I am and grateful, you know, I can't help but a part of me is like sad and disappointed in myself that I'm not there to see it all. You know what I mean? So I really cannot wait to move to Virginia. But like I told you guys in the other videos, I'm still leaving a child back here that I love so much. I'm still gonna leave Kobe here. You know what I mean? So even though I'll be able to connect or reconnect with my children in Virginia, I'm still gonna have Kobe here looking for his fucking daddy and wondering where I am. So it sucks. It really sucks though. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Continue to comment, guys, ladies. I don't know if look. I don't know if you get upset when I say guys. Obviously, I mean ladies. But we say guys. You know what I'm saying? But it sucks. You know, and I say this, and I'm not angry, and I'm not distraught or anything like that. But be careful who the fuck you have kids with. Be careful who you marry. You know, people change. It is what it is. It's not a shit talk. It's not a belittling. It's not shade. But people change. People show you a certain face, and then you know you turn out. You know, it's not who you thought they were, and it's too late now because now you have children with them, and it sucks and it hurts. I don't know where women get off talking about some men don't have emotions. We might not show them the same way you do because we're not women, but you need to get a vasectomy. You clearly don't watch my fucking videos. I already got a vasectomy, Lord. But yeah, man, it sucks. And you know, like to be honest, when you're hurt like this, and I think I said it before, emotional pain is way worse than physical pain. All right, you get a boo-boo, you get a scratch, and you know it heals up in a couple of weeks or a month, and that's it. You can press on it, it don't hurt no more. But emotional fucking pain, man, that shit stays with you. It might can stay with you for a day or a year or a month. Some people right now are still going over. They still have childhood drama that y'all see me crying in one of these videos of what I went through as a child in a fucking physically battered home. Still bothers me. I still angry about the shit. So that's that's mental trauma. You know what I'm saying? So a divorce, it hurt me. Still hurts. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's still going on right now. You know what I'm saying? The angry talk. I wasn't this. I wasn't that, and it sucks. So, but anyway, let me roll. I have to get ready for my appointment. I love my therapist. I love going. I feel so much better, uplifted after I go there. I feel clear-headed. Um, she's very smart, intelligent. She calls me on my bullshit. You feel upset. Why? You feel like you're the reason why all this is happening. Well, explain why you feel like that. You know what I mean? And she basically makes me take responsibility, and I appreciate that because the whole session is about me. Why I'm angry, my childhood. We haven't even got to PTSD, y'all. We haven't even got to the war and me seeing people blowing up and killing people and shit like that. We haven't even got there. We're still on today. We haven't even got to that yet. And it's just like, it's so much. It's so much. But trust and believe, I'm taking steps to better myself. I hate that you guys love these, I'll say controversial videos. I just wish you guys would give me the same love and comments and views on the other videos. But no worries, y'all want to be entertained, and I got it. I'll make sure they're juicy. But hey, I'm a good guy, man. I promise you. I can't be mean. And so Zykia is for sure not moving to Virginia. Hey, so I do have to go, but trust and believe I will answer all questions, and I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I'm an open book. No reason to lie about anything. And it is what it is. So I will comment on that about the moving situation. Like I told you, I graduated from the couch to another room because we got 4 bedrooms. I'm in the other bedroom right now, so that's an issue. But hey, I'll speak about it. Thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna read every day, whether it be my Psalms or Proverbs or something. Just get that mind stimulated, man. Get that mind stimulated, and I appreciate it. Until next time, the weekly video is almost done. I was trying to ask you guys questions. I don't think y'all even answered me. This shit's long. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. And what I could do, I could just stop it right there and just add it to the next week. Because then I'll have 2 weeks back to back. But I do these videos for you guys. I watch YouTube videos and I try to see like where I am and why I'm not where I need to be, why my views aren't hitting, and I look at the comments, I look at the likes, and you motherfuckers be lying. I see even right now it's 71 of y'all here. I only got 22 likes. I say this because the more likes that I get, the more the YouTube algorithm sees me, and they suggest the videos, you know what I'm saying, onto the big page. And that's where I want to be. I want to be on the big page. Driving trucks makes a lot of money, yes, but it's going to keep me on the road pretty much all goddamn week. I don't want that. I want to be at home doing videos, for real, or doing photography. Now, you guys said you didn't know how to like the videos. Thank you. I see that like. I see you. But 362 people like Zykia's video. 362. I went back on my fucking YouTube, y'all. More of you like that video than you like with me and my children when they came here for the summertime. I'm not stupid. I know you all like Zykia. This is why I always try to put her on the videos. If I didn't want that video to be seen by you all, I wouldn't put it up. I asked her. No, they ain't haters. I asked her to do the video. I want her to be more voiceful on the videos. Most of my viewers are female. Don't it make sense? Don't you want to see a female? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do beauty segments, show them how you do your daily facial routine. That's stuff that you're not gonna get from me. You won't get that from me. You know what I say? I look crazy as fuck. I think I tried it before. It didn't get no love. Try to do my girlfriend does my makeup, or my, washes my face, exfoliate. So that's what I try to do. But as she clearly has said, YouTube is not her thing. She doesn't like YouTube. She hates it, actually, what she said. She hates YouTube. And it's really my fault, I guess. She hates YouTube because of the drama that I guess I put her in. You know what I mean? So that's my fault, I guess. But it is what it is. I thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And stay tuned for the next video. Peace. Go Army. Oh, I didn't hear press it. Dummy.